Megan is a good girl. She eats what's on her plate. She's always pleasant company, a desirable dining date. Pork and beef and bread and cheese, yogurt and cake and butter. Megan ate without complaint. She'd eat it all without a flutter. One day, though, she said to her mother, while on a picnic at the petting zoo,
"What is the ham in my sandwich and the beef in your stew? Did mine once oink and yours once moo?"
"Just meat, my dear. Now eat it up. It's just so good for you. It helps you grow up big and strong and puts muscles on those growing arms."
"But Mother, what is meat? Does it simply grow in a tree? Or underground? Or at the bottom of the sea?"
"Oh, Megan, if you must know, it comes from a shop. Sometimes packaged, sometimes not. Now, hush, dear. It's rude to question. I've gone to a lot of effort."
Just as Megan was about to gobble under the instruction of her mother, she saw a pig on the packet of ham. On the carton of milk, a cow's udder.
"Mother, why are there animal pictures on these packets of food? A boy in school told me we eat them, but I laughed. I didn't believe him."
Well, you're old enough now. I suppose I will tell you that these animals you see at the petting zoo are all tasty treats for me and you. Meat comes from an animal's flesh and milk from a cow's udder. It's the food chain, my dear. It's natural order. We would have too many animals if it were not for their slaughter.
But we were just looking at those cute little pigs, snuffling in the grass looking for fallen figs. And the cows, you said, how gentle and pure, until you went and stood in manure. Gosh, look at those hens you boomed, so dainty and soft, as they went cooing and clucking all over the croft. But it's for their meat, their bodies, their lives. You dote and you drivel as you take out your knives, to chop and to butcher, to break up and tear. Because they are weaker, they must live in despair, in fear for their lives, in fear of their young, being taken away to be strung and hung. Well, Mother, I'm not cruel, I'm not brutal or deadly. I wish all well, I'm kind and I'm friendly. I love our dog, he has such a charm. Is there a difference between him and the animals that we farm? Would you eat our Alfie or our neighbour's cat? What about our hamster Rosie? In fact, what about Rat?
Megan, my dear, we've always eaten meat. It's so juicy. It's so tasty. What a treat. We are hunters at heart. It's the nature of life. After all, wasn't it humans who invented the knife? And protein. Something about protein. Yes, we need it from meat. A protein, Megan, must be complete. So come down off your high horse. Don't judge, don't think, just chew. These animals would gladly give up their lives to stew in our pots, to crackle and sizzle. My stomach grumbles just thinking of grizzle. They are ours to breed, to do as we will. They are ours. They are ours. They are delicious.
It was now clear to Megan that to become a vegan was her only way of resolve. To dedicate her life to the welfare of animals may absolve her guilt or dissolve her shame, and may evolve her soul beyond a blame. For too long she had feasted on life procured, lining her stomach with the truth obscured.
Don't obscure the truth!
At that moment of verdict, to never again eat meat or to contribute to the misery of one, she saw visions of pigs and cows and chickens come beaming from the sun.
Cow.
She felt their powers becoming her own, as if gifted from above. The traits of each rescued soul fit round her like a glove. From the chicken came the power to uncover truth, where seemingly there is none.
Chicken of truth!
To scratch away at the surface until at last there is some. From the cow, she was gifted a mothering nature, a generosity, a gentle, nourishing behavior.
Adult humans don't need mammary secretions of another species!
The pig awarded motivation, a pig-headedness, if you will. For if we don't strive, we are barely alive, with no healthy desires to fulfill.
Vegan sausages are really nice!
But a beast she had never seen came through like a blinding star. With a head like a walrus and the body of a man, this creature for Megan had a plan. He gifted her a special power, which was love for all, bar none. He removed all her fear and doubt and dread before returning to the sun. Megan knew in that moment that she had been accorded a task.
I need to help people around the world to take off their wicked masks, to withdraw their hands from the pain of beasts, and set free these wonderful souls. For if it is possible, if one has a choice, she's free from vegetables over the life of one with no voice.
Megan, my dear, you're glowing, and it feels as though your presence is growing. Why, you're just a little girl, but it seems that you're right. My darling young one, I must join you in this fight.
It's a brave step indeed to turn over a new leaf, to be willing to desert old habits. But Megan's mother was so bowled over with pride to see her wee girl commit in her stride to an ethic so just, to a moral so robust, that to join her in this quest was an absolute must. Starting at home with the pig, the cow, and the chicken, Megan set her heart abroad for animal cruelty to be stricken from life, to be abolished forever, for humans and animals to live happily together. For if one eats with thought and care, if one considers their digestive affairs, if we contemplate the source and the circumstance, of course, we allow a truth to come to light before we feast, before we take a bite, and perhaps that will help. Perhaps it just might.